Now, once we've got Snort configured, we need to be able to do something to get alerts out of it. Remember, what we've done with Snort is we've created a unified log file that's really in binary format. So that's not going to be very useful in most cases. So we need something that's going to read that output file and generate alerts and maybe put the output into different forms for us. Now, Snort used to support logging out to different formats like databases and Prelude Sim. But right now, what we've got is really just this one log file. So we've got var log snort, and we've got snort.log. That's a binary file. So we need something that's going to be able to read that log file for us, that binary formatted log file, and then do something useful with it. As it turns out, we have a program called Barnyard 2, and we are going to just take a quick look at the configuration file here. And this is one of those that you would have to build on your local system. In the case of Ubuntu, there is not a package for it. There's not a package for it. For Red Hat, you can't just do an easy, quick package install. You've got to go build it by hand. So I've got a Barnyard installation here, and we're going to just take a quick skim through the configuration file. Most of these are going to be okay. This is a pretty standard installation. It's looking for files that Snort is using for configuration and mapping various pieces of information that Snort uses. So Barnyard needs to know about those. And we're going to skim down to the output section so that we've got a way of doing alerts and output. So the very first thing is the input, and I'm going to breeze by that. As it says, it's not very hard. There's only one. Unified 2 is the only way that you can do that. So one output format here is the common event format. If you happen to have a server that handles common event format, you may want to enable that output here. And there are some examples, as you can see. If you've got a Bro IDS, you can configure that as well. I've also got alert fast, and this is saying alert fast is just going to std out, which is fine. That is going to generate alerts to our standard out, which is going to just go to console. You can also, if you've got this built in, you can go to Prelude, which is a SIM or a hybrid IDS if you want to look at it that way. So we could configure the alert to go to our Prelude SIM and then have that plus our log information and other input sources all in a single location. We can also alert out to syslog. We could use syslog full, and then we're talking about log ASCII and log TCP dump. You can see I've got TCP dump configured here so that we can output into TCP dump format that we could then read in using Wireshark. There are a few others. Squeal right here is a UI that you can use for Snort. And then, of course, we've got database output here as well. You can go to MySQL, Postgres, ODBC, MS SQL, and Oracle. So you can see we've got a number of output formats. Now what I want to do is run Barnyard. So I'm going to say Barnyard 2. I'm going to hand it my configuration file. And then I'm going to say the directory is varlog snort because that's where our snort alerts and our snort output go to. The file we are looking for is snort.log. And then I am going to hand it another configuration setting here. So we're going to write out to another file. So barnyard2-log.waldo. We've started it up, and it has read the configuration file. It should now be running in continuous mode, which is daemon mode. And we should be able to just take a quick check at the syslog to see what happened here. So I'm going to say tail-n20/var/log/syslog, which is where the application would have dumped some output to. It looks like it read the configuration and then started up. Actually, let me back up a little bit so we get some more here. So now you can see that it started it up and it actually has read some information. It doesn't look like it got anything in, but you can see that it dumped some output out to our syslog file. You can, as I said, use Barnyard to read your binary unified to Snort log, and you can use Barnyard to take that and then output to various other places so that you can have alerts and log files and do other things with them.